Morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the First Family of Las Vegas' daily free winner show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo. We've got a great show today. It is Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day.
Hump Day. It is now. Guys, we have a great show. We've got stuff in tennis. We've got stuff in soccer. We've got baseball. We've got it all for you. Let's bring on our great panel, guys. We got a great panel today. Let's go clockwise. The Greek god of soccer, Pavlos Laguretos. Our good buddy, Dr. Chuck, like he's making a house call for real today. Kevin Thomas. Doc, I'm going to fix you. If we could get your email in there, I'd appreciate it, because I know people have a lot of questions for you. Your Twitter in there. Your Twitter. Let me get your Twitter in there. So, guys, let's start. Good morning, Pavlos.
Good morning. How are you guys?
I am wonderful. We're great. Dionne hit me again. I got a scratch. Other than that,
teaches you to talk back to me.
Yeah, talk back. I'm still getting that divorce lawyer. Dr. Chuck, good morning, guys. Neither rain nor snow nor dark of night could stop even Dr. Chuck. He's in his car. I love that. He's making a real house call. Dr. Chuck, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Glad to be here. I missed the show yesterday, but I didn't want to miss today, no matter what. So I'm back and better than ever.
We got it. Kevin Thomas, good morning.
Good morning. Great to be here.
I love it. Kevin Thomas hasn't had his coffee yet, but I love it. I'm going to fix Dr. Chuck's.
Maybe he has had his coffee.
Maybe he's had too much.
In it.
I'm going to fix Dr. Chuck's Twitter in just a moment. I've got a few things I'd like to chat about real quick. This Saturday, Enrique Iglesias. You know, I'll be getting some good Spanish lovemaking or Latin American lovemaking that night. He sings all those love songs. And then Sunday, the Cardinals Raiders. We're a guest of Mark Davis again. We went to the last preseason game where I won a ton. Yeah, it was fun. We're looking forward to the game this Sunday. Guys, officially, before we give out any winners for today's card, this show, I mean, we're so excited that we're going live, so the floor's open. I will try to get whatever questions or comments up or to the specific capper or contributor of your choice. So, man, right away, man, we want to hear from you. Real quick, guys, yesterday on the show, Jeff Michaels, and we never do this, and I kind of dissuade any of the contributors on the First Family Show from giving out the same play. We want to give you diversity, or really giving out opposite plays even more. We don't want you to think we're giving an opposite play, so I don't like that whole gray area. But yesterday, we were in a rush. Dionne, myself, and Jeff were $2 Tuesday cappers. We'll talk more about that in a minute. And Jeff came in real late with the Red Sox money line, Red Sox run line, and I had the Yankees money line. And because it came in like that, I said, you know what? I think it makes for good viewership because we can both win the game, but you get two winning cappers looking at the same game, different angles. Perhaps we could both win. And what happened last night? Jeff hit me with a text message pretty late because I go to bed. I'm old.
You're like,
Yankees win 7-6. So I won and Jeff won. No other place on the planet, no other place in this business on the planet can you get that type of information. Now, it just so happens that both Jeff and my way. And we love that about Sports Memo, because the cappers here are the best in the business. And we gave you a diversity. We may do that a little more often, things like that of that nature. You know, maybe somebody has a team in the first half, but of a football game, and somebody else has a team, the other team for the whole game. And you know, but we want you to know that we're here to give you diversity. But in the one instance on the First Family Show that we've given out different angles on the same game, both came true. 7-6. Jeff, we love you. We miss you today. A couple other quickies real quick today. Later on today, the Full Count Show, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be hosting, joining me inside his room, Jesse Schul. Tune into that before you pull the trigger of any of your final MLB betting plays for the day. I'm really rushing today. I've got a lot to cover, guys. Dr. Chuck is in his car. We got to get him out of that car before he gets a parking ticket. Tomorrow we have the Sports Memo Today show. We'll go tomorrow, Thursday afternoon. Also, we have the College Football Forecast show. They're both live. Friday, this show turns into the Family Affairs show. We make history for family members. Jeff and Ralph Michaels join Joe and Dionne D'Amico. Then our second Pro Football Forecast show, as I'm going to host. Last week, we had a power outage. I couldn't make it. Tune in to all of our content because Sports Memo TV is the best in the business with their video content. We're going to prove it to you this fall. You don't want to miss any of those tons of free winners or the betting insights from the best cappers in the business. Also, we got a couple of questions the last few days, and I'm being honest. A couple people kept asking me, do I bet online? Now, I have the luxury of living in Las Vegas, guys. I don't have to bet online. I do not like to use the phone accounts or the online accounts. I'll tell you why. I'm not going to badmouth any business, period. But I bet kind of healthy. And last year was my first dabble in phone accounts. And every time I would put in a game, let's say it was Alabama, and they were minus 14, and I was going to put it in, I bet, my smallest bets are about 5 dimes. And I put it 5, 10, 15, 20 dimes. The circle will go round. It would come back 14 and a half, 15. It pissed me off. So I'm not saying I do this to everybody, but I do not bet phone accounts. But I have the luxury of living in Vegas where I can walk into a casino, put a briefcase on the counter, say I want 20 dimes down. I want 20 or 30 dimes. I want 5 dimes down. Whatever it is, I don't bet online. It's frustrating for me. I also rushed to play last year, and I bet the wrong side. For me, I'm the worst texter. One day we'll tell you about my text to our babysitter back in the day, which came out wrong. But I am the worst texter. I'm the worst typist. So I make mistakes. If you have the luxury of using it, there's quite a few reputable places out there. Do your due diligence. Maybe even ask some of the cappers who they like. We're here for you. Another question I got, why do I wear sunglasses? And I got it 3 times in the last week. Guys, I'm so cool the sun follows me even indoors. Actually,
my God.
Actually, I'm a battered husband, and I get black eyes at night. Actually, guys, truth be told, we're up at 2 a.m. every morning, and by the time we do these shows, it looks like I have bags under my eyes no matter what I do with the lighting. I don't want to look bad. I'm too vain. I'm like, look at Pavlos. He's so good looking. He's got sunglasses on, but he's dating a Kardashian. What can I say? But, guys, I wear sunglasses because I don't want to look tired while I'm doing this. So that's very simply. And last one was more of a statement. We got it from a couple of people. Guys, we really do. We really love Dionne, but we could see why you want a divorce. She is a little bit of a pain. Just statement. I got it a lot.
Are you for real?
All right. Really? All right. No, really, I had to throw that in. All right. Two more quick items. We have somebody out there who watches all the shows, KJ. KJ won some wager bucks last week, and somehow maybe a typo or something wasn't. We didn't get to him the correct place to go for his wager bucks. KJ, customers, what is it?
It's support at sportsmemo.com. If you hit them up, they will go ahead and take care of everything that you need. So just hit them up sometime today, and they will take care of those wager bucks for you. And
one last time, KJ, we got you covered. You will be taken care of today. Our biggest goal is to make sure everybody out there is happy, and we're going to make you happy, buddy. We love you. Real quick, guys, how about our own Dan Kaiser and Jesse Schul the last 3 days? Topping the Sports Memo leaderboards. Dan 7-1, Jesse 9-2-1 the last 7 days. Buster, Don Buster, the last 7 days, 24-8-2. Dan Kaiser's number 2 the last 7 days, 14-5. Guys, just because they're not on the show doesn't mean we're not going to toot our own horn because we have the best cappers in the business. Let's go to Dionne real quick, and then we're going to go to today's plays.
Yeah, so don't forget, we still have that amazing $2 Tuesday, which is still available for Joey, myself, and Jeff Michaels. You can get each of our plays for $2 a piece, but the best bet is to get all 3 for just a low price of $5. So you can go ahead and still get that. So make sure you head on over to the site right after the show and pick that up along with all of the plays for today.
Okay, I fixed Dr. Chuck's.
Fixed.
And I got to tell you, I'm the worst typist in the world. We appreciate you. Let's go right into today's free winners, guys. Dr. Chuck, man, he couldn't do yesterday's show because he's a Tuesday regular here, and he did not want to let you guys down because I don't think he's lost a tennis play on this show. But every time he comes on this show, our viewership goes up because he is a winner. He is all over the Sports Memo leaderboards. He's going to tell you a few things that he's excited about on the premium side. Then he's got another free play winner for you. Doc, the floor is yours, buddy.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I could be here again today, and I love joining the First Family Show. With that intro too is just killer. I love it, and being on here with KT and the Greek god of soccer, I always am able to add some soccer to my repertoire as well. So, yeah, we are tennis. U.S. Open did just finish over the weekend, but that doesn't mean, I talk about this all the time, that does not mean tennis is over. It's a 52-week of the year sport, and there's a lot to take advantage of. That's what we're looking at here. We are 6-0 with first family tennis plays. So the superstitious gambler in all of us has there's a couple baseball plays and definitely some football I was thinking about putting out, but I don't want to ruin this good mojo we got going here with tennis. So always check us out. We have tennis every day. There was our early tennis release this morning was a winner. And so we're 1-0 on the day, but baseball it's Wednesday, or as we say, Wednesday, and there will always be baseball for about 12 hours. And I love that on Wednesday, Thursday. So check out All Access, which will get you the baseball plays. And depending on how long you get, I already have some football look ahead spots up. I know Joe definitely and Dionne are really into getting up their football early and getting advantage of the best lines, because especially college football, week 2 I call the overreaction week. And week 3 is awesome too, because it's the overreaction to the overreaction. But without further ado, Joe loves ado, I will let you know that I am looking at a WTA match tomorrow. ATP's off, no men's tennis this week. They go back to the courts next week, though. But we're looking at Tatiana Maria. She's a German player. This is the WTA Chennai tournament. It's overseas, so it's going to be early. Get your play in today. A lot of these are going to start before we wake up, not before Joe and Dionne wake up, but before a lot of people wake up. She takes on Nadia Pdoroska. They faced off just last month in Granby. Maria won pretty easily. The first set was tough, came back in the second set and won 6-1. She only lost one game in her first match. She's played a lot more hard court action. This really is not a -130 matchup. Pdoroska has also lost the last 2 on hard court against Maria. I'm looking for the lowest hanging fruit to give you for the free plays, because I want to keep this going. I want to give out winners, show you what we can do with tennis. When you pick a money line in tennis, that doesn't require them to win in straight sets. It doesn't require them to win by a certain spread. And if a lot of times sets can go awry quickly. If Maria were to lose the first or second set, we can still cash with a money line play. And that's what I like here. She's going to win this match in similar to today's play. Anna Bogdan was our play today. Won the first set easily. Hiccuped, lost the second set, won the third set 6-1. If that's the case, that's what Maria will do. She's not going to lose to Pdoroska tomorrow. She'll move on tomorrow, and we'll keep our run going to 7-0 on First Family with tennis plays.
7-0, guys. You can't argue with success, let alone perfection. And Dr. Chuck is perfect on the tennis plays on the show. Not only is he perfect on the tennis plays on the show, he just does a damn good job overall in the multiple sports he does over at Sports Memo. We have the best customer appreciation discounts in the business after the show. Go follow Dr. Chuck. You're going to follow him to the bank. Dr. Chuck, are you making a house call right now?
I am. I'm right back to giving 100 more vaccines. So I will unfortunately miss the rest of the show. There's an updated COVID booster, so I'm spoken for. But yes, good luck, guys. I love being on the show, and let's put out a bunch of winners.
We love you. By the way, we love you. Everybody out there loves you. You did mention that Dan and I like to get our football plays out early. That's not the only thing we like to do early. Why do you think she's always smiling in the morning on the show? Oh, my God. You guys know what I mean. You know I can't stop. I'm sorry. Plus I'm live. I'm live, Doc. I can't believe they let me go live. Doc, we love you. Guys, follow Doc after the show with these great discounts. You're going to follow him to the bank. He's going to take off. He does have a busy day, and he does have the white coat. He is a doctor, guys. Doc, have a great day. God bless, and have a great weekend upcoming. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
All right. We love Dr. We love Dr. Chuck. He's the best. Kevin and Pavlos are still to come, but right now we're going to go to the First Lady of Las Vegas, who is killing it on multiple sport leaderboards over at Sports Memo. And, guys, we get up at 2 a.m. every day. We're on 2 pots of Italian imported coffee, and I got to tell you, it's like liquid crack. It's great stuff. After the first pot, she'd have to peel me off the ceiling with a spatula.
And you do not need any more energy, let me tell you.
But I've got to tell you, I do love waking up in the morning with my wife, the love of my life, doing what we enjoy doing, man, bringing you winners, talking sports, having fun with some of our best friends, and those certainly the most respected people in the industry. First and foremost, our best friends, even though they are the best in the industry. Kevin, Dr. Chuck Pavlos, we really are close, guys. You've never seen a family. I don't know in any business it's close in close-knit as this family. So we're going to go to the First Lady of Las Vegas, who's excited about a few things. I know she's going to tell you still about the $2 Tuesday play, which is still available. And she's got another free winner for you. Dionne, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Last year, I did finish number 2 in college football here at Sports Memo. This year, I'm already off to a 5-2-1 run. I am excited to announce I have my first NCAA football best bet play of the campaign. Last season, my best bets were a whopping 6-1 for 85.7%. It has taken me 3 weeks, but I finally have something worthy of being tagged a best bet play this season. For Saturday in my college football, which is also my $2 Tuesday play. So head on over to the site, pick that up, or better yet, get all 3 of our plays for just $5. You can get myself, Joe D'Amico, and Jeff Michaels, 3 plays, $5. That is an amazing deal. But besides that $2 play for NCAA football, I also do have my 72% MLB round tripper posted right now for just $10. For my free play today takes place in an interleague action where the Chicago White Sox host the Colorado Rockies in the final game of this 2-game series. After suffering a 12-6 loss to Arizona on Sunday, Colorado snapped a 4-game win streak. They own the worst record in the NL West and are 17 games back in the wild card. Chicago also had their 4-game streak snapped after a disappointing 10-3 loss to Oakland on Sunday. But they sit in second place in the AL Central, 3 games back of Cleveland and 6.5 games back in the AL wild card. This will be their second time meeting this season. Back in July, they did split a 2-game series. Today, Kyle Freeland and Dylan Cease are scheduled starters. Freeland is 8-9 with a 4.63 ERA. The left-hander has done a good job over his previous 3 outings, but he has struggled for most of the 2022 season. Cease has been fantastic this season, sporting a 14-6 record with a 2.06 ERA. The month of September, he has taken it up a notch. In 2 starts, the right-hander allowed 4 hits, 4 walks, and 16 strikeouts in 15 scoreless innings. When the Rockies are away from home, they are horrible, going just 21-47 on the road. This is the perfect matchup for the White Sox to close that gap in the wild card race. So I'm going to go ahead and take Chicago on the run line here today, guys.
Sports fans, the First Lady of Las Vegas take the White Sox on the
White Sox
run
on the
line.
run line.
Our free plays are on fire. You know, she's just great with the free plays. The free plays are making money for you. What do you think our premium plays are doing? And please, you see it scrolling across the bottom of your screen. The $2 Tuesday special is still available. For Dionne, $2, you get that big play.
Mm-hmm.
Also, after the show, take advantage of that big 72% round tripper in baseball. But, you know, let's go back to the $2 play. Myself, Dionne D'Amico, the First Lady of Las Vegas, and Jeff Michaels, JM Sports. All 3 of our plays are still available for the $2 Tuesday special. $5 for the 3 of us. You can't beat that with a bat, no pun intended. Let's go. Let's go now. Let's bring this good-looking panel back on. Kevin Thomas has been a friend to me for many years, and we worked together for quite a while doing shows. And I'm glad that we get to work on a regular basis here at Sports Memo because Kevin brings it every show. He's one of the most knowledgeable guys in sports betting today in multiple sports. And if you don't believe me, go over to Sports Memo after the show. Go look at his records because numbers don't lie. I tell people I'm 5'8". I'm not 5'8". But when I hang out with shorter people, so I look taller. I'm going to be honest. But Kevin Thomas's numbers don't lie. He's going to tell you a few things he's excited about on the premium side, and he's going to give you another free winner today. Kevin, the floor is yours, buddy.
Yeah, hey, I remember when Brett Favre sent that accidental text to that reporter. So I get where you're at with that accidental text to the babysitter. Actually, Dr. Chuck, I'm all over tennis now. I know nothing about tennis, but I'm actually going to lock that in and take that pick tonight. Thank you. And also, Pavlos, all the time, I do dabble in your soccer picks, and I know nothing about the sport. I will never tell anyone I know anything about either of those sports. I have an MLB package up tonight. It's my AL game. And then Thursday, I have my banger going for the NFL game as the Chargers and Chiefs go at it. One team will remain undefeated and the other will have a loss. So let's get right to my free winner here. I'm looking at the Braves. They are on the road and they're going against the Giants. The Giants are basically about 10 games out of the wild card spot of all spots. So it makes you wonder, they went after Carlos Rodon for a reason. They didn't expect to be 10 games out of an NL wild card spot. On the other hand, the Braves, I think the Mets jumped them, so they're about a game or a half a game behind the Mets now for the NL East top spot. They're definitely playoff bound no matter what, but it's still an important game for both these teams. And the Braves have Charlie Morton on the mound, and he's won his last two, and he's been pitching really well. The only thing I see with him is his road games. His last 4 road games, he's given up about 4 earned runs on average. Now, the Giants, on the other hand, have maybe scored 3 runs on average. The first 2 meetings, they split. It was 5-1, 2-3. White Sox, not the White Sox. The Giants won the first game. The Braves won the second game. So this is a must-win. I think it's more for the Giants here at home. If they want to make the playoffs, they need help, and they got to win 10 straight. Now, we all know that Charlie Morton and Carlos Rodon have been in the league for years. This is like the second time they're facing each other, and the first time was actually this year, June 22nd. Both of them pitched a gem, and both of them got the no decision. I actually put a little money on the first 5 innings because I actually think Carlos Rodon is a better pitcher than Charlie Morton, especially at home in a must-win situation like this. But for the full game, the bullpen, it's a toss-up. Giants, they don't score enough runs, and the bullpen's been a little shaky. But for plus 150, I'm going to go ahead and lay some money on that anyway. The Giants at home plus 115. And what we're looking at here is, like I said before, those 4 earned runs on average he's given up his last 4 games, Morton, that could come back to haunt him here. Rodon, he's going to go. He struck out 10 last time he faced him. Morton had 11, but Morton at home is a hell of a lot better than on the road. I expect the same performance. I might even look at a prop bet with Morton, with Rodon on his strikeouts here. So go ahead. It's safe to take the Giants plus 115 for a nice little payout.
Sports fans, Kevin Thomas, who is killing it on this show and all the other shows he contributes to on Sports Memo TV on his free plays. And once again, man, we're not just giving you throwaway games. Kevin's here. His free play record is astounding. But I got to tell you, if his free plays are making you money, what do you think his premium plays can do for you? After this show, be sure to go to Sports Memo, the best customer appreciation discounts in the business. You follow Kevin. I'm telling you, he's a winner. And Kevin, every time you're on the show, it brings the whole panel up because you always bring it, and you're so darn good looking. It pisses me off in the morning. I have to wear a hat and sunglasses because I know I'm going to be on a show with Pavlos and Kevin Thomas and Dr. Chuck. We've got the best looking crew in the world. But
Hey, you forgot about me.
You go without saying. I don't have to, I know I got to look good every day for you, but I got to go up against them. I need a couple of funny looking cappers, Sports Memo, okay? So I don't have to bring it every day. I'm wearing makeup today, okay? Leave me alone. Guys, Kevin Thomas is a winner. Go follow him over at Sports Memo after the show. We're going to get him to stick around a little bit. I know the show gets a little more longer-winded now that we're live. They can't cut me and edit me anymore. So I do appreciate you, Kevin, guys. Once again, follow Kevin. Gave you the Giants, gave you a prop. He is one of the best in the business. Follow him all the way to the bank. Guys, I want to tell you about Pavlos Laguretos. What amazes me is I know more about turbine engines than I know about soccer, and yet I am, I think, 12 or 13-0 in my soccer bets. I don't need to know anything because I've got a Pavlos. I've got Pavlos, so I don't need to know anything. Kevin is one of the most knowledgeable guys in sports betting today, and yet he just told you he dabbles in soccer. Why? Because we have Pavlos. It's kind of like when you're in high school and you don't have to be tough at all, and your best friend is the toughest guy in the school. You don't have to be tough. You got the toughest guy in the school, and that's what we got when we have Pavlos. Sports Memo is so proud and excited that we have Pavlos. He is the Greek god of soccer. He is so good on this show. And I believe I'm either 12-0 or 13-0 in my wagers with Pavlos. And I'm going to tell you right now, every time he speaks, it's like E.F. Hutton. I listen. And you should too. Pavlos, I know his big games, those 10 unit plays they're on fire. His 5 unit plays are on fire. And overall, everything he puts out just makes you money. He's going to tell you about a little bit what he's excited about on the premium side. And he's got another free play for you. Pavlos, it's all you, buddy.
Yeah, I got a couple of multi-game packages for tonight. We got Champions League action for tonight, so I have 4 plays in one package, and we also have MLS action tonight, and I have 4 more plays in that other package, and 4% best bet included. Now, I'm coming off a couple of weird days in the Champions League. It just didn't really work out, but I still have some really nice plays for tonight. And of course, my big plays are in the MLS. Now, I have a free play from the MLS for you guys. I'm just going to start off by saying that this is a tough match. We're talking about Austin FC versus Real Salt Lake. this Austin side has been really, really good this season. Second in the West. They've pretty much clinched the playoffs, but they've been on a dip lately. They've lost 3 in a row and 4 of the last 5. They're starting, their best goal scorer, Driussi, who scored 20 goals so far, who's actually the second leading scorer in the MLS, is coming off a nagging injury. He played just 7 minutes in their last match. Up until half an hour ago, he was still in the injury report, but now I was just scrolling through Twitter, and he's been taking off the injury report. So that kind of goes against our bet here. But still, hear me out here. Real Salt Lake, they're coming off a goalless draw against DC United, which are not a very good side. But they've been really hard to beat lately. They've lost just 1 of the last 6. They have 2 wins, 1 loss, and 3 draws. And they're sitting at the last playoff spot in the West, at the 7th spot with 43 points. Now they've got several teams behind them, aiming to steal that last playoff spot, because the Galaxy are 3 points behind, and they're playing also tonight. The Seattle Sounders are 4 points behind, and the Colorado Rapids are 7 points behind. So there is a lot of teams vying for that last, playoff spot in the West. And Real Salt Lake, they have 4 matches left to play in the regular season. Starting with this one against Austin, and then they have a match on the road against the LA Galaxy, who are also playoff contenders. And they have, they got the Portland Timbers again, who are also just a couple of points above them. So there is 4 or 5 teams vying for 2 playoff spots. And Real Salt Lake, they're playing at least a couple of them in their next matches. So this is a tough match for them, but they really have to pull themselves together and get at least a draw. At least a draw will keep them inside the top 7, the playoff spots in the West. But if they lose against Austin tonight, as I said before, the LA Galaxy are playing at Vancouver, and they probably gonna win. So if Real Salt Lake lose tonight and the LA Galaxy win tonight, then the Real Salt Lake are outside of the playoff spot. So I think that they're going to have to destroy Austin's game. Yes, Austin have been very, very good at home so far in the season. They've been dropping 4 or 5 goals, but we've seen this dip in form from them. In their last 5 matches, they lost 3 in a row, and 4 of the last 5. So I'm just fading Austin FC. Of course, when I made this pick, I didn't know if Driussi, their best player, was going to play, and he is going to play. I think he's going to start at the bench, and he might not even be risked in this match. So I like Real Salt Lake plus half a goal at minus 110 here.
Sports fans, he is the Greek god of soccer. He says Real Salt Lake plus a half a goal, minus 110. He is the best I've ever seen at any one sport in the history of this business. And I've been doing this for 4 decades. Guys, go follow Pavlos. Those big game winners are money. His 3 and 4% are money. They're all money. But I will tell you, I'm 12 or 13-0 on his releases on this show. And I follow him wherever he goes. Pavlos, after the show, go follow him. You're going to follow him to the bank. Pavlos, we got 1 or 2 questions, by the way, for you, if you don't mind them. If it's one of your premium plays, no problem. You don't have to comment on it. Our good friend, Mixed by Post, who's in here every day, he says, is M City going to kill Dortmund today? Now, if it's one of your premium plays, you just say you got it. But can we go to you real quick?
Yeah, no, it's not one of my premium plays. Actually, I want to see the lineups before I even release a play on this match. I'm staying the hell away. This is a very, it's hard to predict. Manchester City could be winning by 4 goals at halftime, but I believe that Dortmund will play very defensively. They might be able to cover that +2 goal handicap. The only thing that worries me is that Dortmund, they have an injured goalkeeper, and they have a couple of more injuries, but they did bring some of their good forwards in this match. I'm not sure if they're going to start. My advice is stay away. Just maybe bet some beer money and just watch it. I think this can go literally anywhere. But if I had to play, I'd probably fade Manchester City here. And I know it's a really crazy thing to do right now, but just be very careful of this match.
Great stuff. And I didn't mean to put you on the hook there, Pavlos. You are doing great stuff. Thank you very, very much, guys. Go follow Pavlos. And thank you for you guys with your questions and whatnot. And by the way, Pavlos, I heard you broke up with Kim Kardashian because she lost all that weight. She's not your type anymore. She doesn't have that. She's down to this. So I know. But there's a lot more Kardashian sisters. So I'm sure, or even the mom, Guys, Pavlos.
Or the father.
Or the father. Yeah. Pavlos will be back. And Only on the First Family Show. You made me snort. Guys, Pavlos and Kevin will be back in a moment. Let me go into a few things. First of all, guys, we've got a lot of great stuff here. I really love you guys. You guys are the best. Let me go into what I've got going on, and then we have a couple of questions too. This time of year, it's imperative that you're even more selective in baseball, and that's why I've been releasing very few plays the last week or two in baseball. However, that all changes as we crush the books on the diamond. I have my 100% crusher play. My crushes are 100% this season. Even last season, for a whole season, I went over 75. I think it was either 80 or 81%, but I know it's at least 75, so I don't want to overcut it. I'd rather undercut it. So join me here today. Let's get a big one on the diamond. Together, we're going to crush the books. I have it posted right now for just $10. Also, the best big game hunter on the planet. It's going to hunt, stalk, and kill the book. I have my first game of the month situation in football, my no limit game of the month. This Sunday, they got their name because there's no limit to how much you can profit from them. If you only bet one game this weekend, make sure it's my big game of the month here. I mentioned earlier, I'm going to hunt, stalk, and kill the book with this game. I've released it in no limit. I haven't released one in a while. I have it for $2. It's still available through Sunday, but I want you to get available. I want you to get on it now. Get on it now before everybody gets on it because they know I don't release a lot of games of the month. The line will move. I'd like you taking advantage of it. I like it no matter where it moves to, but I'd rather always err on the side of caution with your monies, folks. That game is $2. By the way, my no limits 26-5 run at NFL. Not too shabby. Let's go to my free play today. I won both my Monday and Tuesday free winners right here on the show. This game goes off early, guys. 10 a.m. Pacific, 1:10 p.m. Eastern. The Angels are at Progressive Field for Game 3 with the Guardians. Well, folks, Cleveland has taken both games, 1 and 2 of the series, to now extend their win streak to 5 straight. They're running red hot, winning 7 of the last 8. This is what happens this time of year. You know why? Because cream rises to the top. They currently own a 3-game lead in the AL Central over the White Sox and need to further that cushion. You know, anything can happen in the last few weeks of the season. They need to further that cushion. What better team to face, in all sincerity, than the most disappointing team, in my opinion, in the AL this season, Los Angeles? I'm well aware of the fact that Mike Trout started to heat up since he returned to the lineup, but one man does not a team make, guys. As I said earlier, I feel the Angels are the most disappointing team in the AL this season. They had some high hopes prior to the beginning of the regular season, but yet right now they sit in 4th place in the West. 31, let me repeat that, 31 games back in the division, 18 and a half back of any chance at a wild card spot. Let's face it, guys, let's be honest. The guys on the team are making reservations to play golf next month this time. They know they ain't going anywhere. Let's go to the scheduled starters, Sandoval and Quantrill. The Cleveland lefty, 12-5 with a 3.50. He's the best thing to happen to Cleveland since the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame came to town, guys. He hasn't lost at home since July 5th, 8-0 with a 3.03 in his last 12 starts. The LA left-hander, 5-9 with a respectable ERA, 2.98 on the campaign. And he's been very stingy recently, not allowing more than 2 earned runs in 7 consecutive starts. However, there's always a however, or for me and my buddy Pavlo, but, because we love a big but. But the offense, I feel, is very unlikely to give him any real run support here against Quantrill. They've gotten devoured in this matchup, 16-38 the last 54 with the Guardians. And let's face it, their numbers overall are not very flowering. 1-5 the last 6 versus right-handed starters. 2-5 the last 7 versus the Central. 1-4 the last 5 on the road. Get this, guys. 15-40 the last 55 versus teams with a winning record. It's an early play, so get in right now. The Guardians, I like it. It's a winner. Let's bring everybody back real quick. Sports fans, just real quick, I know we get a lot of comments and stuff. By the way, Mixed by Post says, thanks, Pavlos.
Justin looks like he already put in his tennis
Justin,
play.
this is for Dr. Chuck, already put in his tennis play.
And I think we had
a couple of good comments. Everybody's saying, our good buddy Justin said he hit the what you got cooking today. Send me a link. Justin, myself, Dionne, and Jeff Michaels. It's across the bottom of the screen. Go over to Sports Memo. You get all 3 of our 5-unit plays, college and pro football between us, for $5. 3 big plays. You can't beat that with a bat. Also, somebody else said, good hit. Mixed by Post. We love this guy. He said both, thank you, because yesterday he played, the Jeff played plus the 1.5. He played my play. Guys, where are you going to get this? Only right here at Sports Memo. Guys, let's run down a few things, and then we're going to get out of here because I know Kevin, wow, he's got to get out. By the way, in between the segments, Kevin was showing me baseball cards. I've got to ask Kevin, what were you showing us? Can you tell us?
I know you're a big Yankees fan, so Mario Rivera, the Rivera rookie card. I've been going through all my old stuff to try to start selling stuff to get rid of it. My wife's like, it's got to go. So
Are you
I
cataloging
didn't realize I had it.
Are you cataloging certain things too? Like keeping note of stuff you got?
I got about 24,000 with sets and stuff, but it's all I collected during the steroid wax paper era where they overproduced several thousand cards. So the value is not as good as the older cards, but I was shocked because I do have a lot of old football cards though that are worth.
Let me ask you this, Kevin. You're one of the sharpest guys I've ever met in baseball, and you're certainly up to date on everything. I don't want to get into Yankees. I don't want to get into this. Aaron Judge. I feel he's good for the game, and it's not just because he's a Yankee. At the end of the season, arguably going to sign one of the most lucrative deals in the history of the sport. Does he break the record, the 61-game record, which for me, and I don't want to get into some debate about that because Kevin just mentioned the steroid era, Barry Bonds' head. How about Sosa's head? It went up 2 inches. How does your head grow 2 inches as a grown man? We know this. That's why I give credit to Griffey. He rushed back after an injury, and I think he played injured, and I think he could have went even further because I don't think he was juicing at all. He always had it. Judge, does he break the record?
I guess that depends on his head coach if he's going to play him throughout. I mean, once they're there, I mean, they're pretty far ahead. I don't know.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, sports fans, 21 games left in their schedule. 5.5, 6 games ahead, 6.5. Don't quote me again. I see a lot of. Do I think he breaks? I think he breaks. I think it's good for the sport. I think it's good for the thing. And they still need to make sure that they finish ahead of the division. They got a couple of teams right up their tail and with one of the 2 best records in the AL. So they could get that bye. They could get that home field. I think it's important. I think they play him. Plus, I think he started to spark the rest of the team, the rest of the offense. They're starting to hit again. We all know what they went through the 30, 35 games following the All-Star break. And I think, it's crazy. I think it's crazy.
Yeah, but you gotta remember too, a lot of these guys don't want to give it up to him. So they'll just start walking him. And my thing is, do you have to play him in games that they know they're not going to need him? And if I'm pitching to him, I'm not giving it up to him. I'm walking him, especially if I'm out of it. I mean, most of the teams they're playing, unless they're playing in their division, most of these teams are already eliminated.
Right now, Kevin, if I'm not mistaken, for the same amount of games, he's 2 ahead of Maris. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Maris is a Yankee. I'm always rooting for Yankees. Pavlos, I'm a big Yankee guy. I root for the Yankees. They moved Mickey Mantle, who is one of the 3 greatest all-around players of all time. DiMaggio and Mays are the other 2. Period. We're not going to argue it. But they moved him around, so people pitched around Mantle because they didn't want to hit to the guy. They didn't want to throw to him. So Maris had that opportunity. I'm not saying he was a bad player. He did get the record. He earned it. But I'm going to tell you right now, I think it's time, and I think there will be a changing of the guard. And I'm wishfully thinking, especially because Dionne and my father just got me some more Aaron Judge stuff. They got me some bats and balls signed, so I'm excited about that. But I'm also excited for the game. Kevin, I think we know that there's probably something else out there, that some performance-enhancing items that people are on. I don't think Judge is on it. It's not because he's a Yankee. I just don't think he's on it. The guy was a monster before he got there. He's a monster here. So why it surprised me, Kev. I'm sorry we're babbling about a guy like Mark McGwire, who came into the league and hit over 50 his first year. And then, it bothered me. It bothered me about McGwire. We all knew what he was doing. The guy's forearms were bigger than my thighs. And then even what really upset me, because I'm a family guy, I know you're a family guy, every time he started getting those home runs, he started carrying his kid around the bases. I'm like, dude, man, come on. We know what Sosa doing. We know what Bonds are doing. And it pissed me off. And even if you talk, because I know Canseco, very vocal. First of all, Canseco, 295, about 6% body fat. He looks like he'd be on the cover of a fitness magazine. And he's very vocal. He says, I'm still doing it.
He came straight out.
He came out and did it out at a show at Caesars. We were talking to him. But I will tell you, man, I think he's natural, and I'm rooting for him. It's not just because he's young. I would root for it because I'm a big baseball fan. I want to see it happen. I think it's going to happen. I'm hoping it happens. So having said all that, guys, Dionne's going to tell you about a discount. We're going to run down the plays. We're going to get out of Dodge. I know I'm long-winded. I appreciate Kevin and Pablo sticking around. Dionne, take it away.
Yeah, it may be Wednesday, but $2 Tuesday is still live going on right now over at Sports Memo. You get Joe D'Amico, Dionne D'Amico, and JM Sports. You get all 3 of our plays for just $5. You're going to get 2 college and 1 pro. So that is a perfect deal to get. so that you have something for the whole weekend in 2 different sports. You can get each of them for $2, but the best bet is to get all 3 for just $5.
And get them now, because I checked with JM. The 3 games that we're offering are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Saturday,
You got a big winner for 3 straight days that you can rely upon. Go get it. Let's run down some plays. Our good buddy, Dr. Chuck, who had to take off, said Tatiana Maria, -130. And did he say 7-0 on the show? Guys, I forget. I'm old. Like Jim Colbert, Kevin remembers. Let's go to Dionne D'Amico. What did you have for everybody?
I am going with the White Sox on the run line today.
Got handsome and dapper, Kevin Thomas.
Taking the dog Giants +115.
The other handsome and dapper, I got to be on my toes today. Pavlos, what you have for everyone?
I have Real Salt Lake plus half a goal at -110 MLS tonight.
By the way, guys, I read the trades. I have a lot of friends who are entertainers. Rumor has it Pavlos is going to do a couple walk-on parts on Ted Lasso next season. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. You like that? I didn't tell him doing that. And Joey D, your sexy and savory, who's won both of his Monday and Tuesday free plays here, has the Guardians -115. Dionne, the best collection of cappers anywhere on the Planet Rock Sports Memo. So follow us. Hit that subscribe button. I'll put that up to remind you. But go follow the Sports Memo Twitter page. Best collection of cappers. We each post a lot of free content. Futures, odds. You get a lot of great columns. A lot of guys who contribute in columns. Hit it. Also, follow the great cappers here. Dionne, tell everybody.
Yeah.
Tweeter.
You can find Dr. Chuck over at Dr. Chuck Sports. You can find Kevin Thomas at Kevin Thomas 04. Pavlos over at Pauly_WT. You can find myself over at the First Lady of Vegas and Joe over at Joe D'Amico Wins. And don't forget to tune in later this afternoon for the MLB Full Count, where Joey will be hosting along with the Insiders Room and Jesse Schul. And on behalf of the First Family, Pavlos, Kevin, and Dr. Chuck.
Everyone out there, good luck and have a